Okay, I just want to say, in Virgo's defense, when you live in your head 24/7, every second of the day, it can be hard sometimes to keep up with, to deal with, to cope with, and to interact with reality. Alright? When you live in your head 24/7, it can be hard to keep up with reality. Alright? I am Lamarr Townsend, intuitive psychic tarot reader and artist. Thank you for watching this video. Please like this YouTube channel. Please like my YouTube channel. Or please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please like me on Facebook, facebook.com/LamarrTownsendOfficial. By the way, I'm a Virgo Rising, so I'm always in my head. Like, in my head right now as I speak to you. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, facebook.com/LamarrTownsendOfficial. You can also check me out and follow me on Instagram at Lamarr Townsend. Check out my Bandcamp, my SoundCloud. I'm also a musician. I am a jack of all trades, alright? So thank you for listening and watching. I'm Lamarr Townsend. Nice to meet you if you are a new watcher and a new subscriber. So hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it, and so you can get the notifications whenever I upload a new video. Alright? Now I know I possibly made Virgo sound kind of slow in my introduction, and I don't mean that. I didn't mean it in that way. Slow to open up, yes. Slow to come around to certain things, yes. Slow to make up their minds about certain things or people, absolutely. But not mentally slow, alright? Not mentally slow, alright? Not in that way. Not that that's a bad thing, alright? Virgos are not mentally slow people. What I mean by that is Virgos are just always in their head. Virgos are always in their head. They're always thinking, always weighing things, always discussing, having discussions in their head. Like, they have full-on discussions with themselves in their head. A Virgo may even have a full-on discussion with him or herself, like, just period. Like sometimes I just talk to myself, like, you know what I'm saying? Just like I'm talking to you right now, like, I'll talk to myself like this sometimes, you know, because it's just like, sometimes you need that, and the Virgo knows that. Sometimes you need to have, see, the Virgo is like the natural therapist of the zodiac, the natural healer, so they're good listeners, they're good talkers, they give great advice. The Virgo doesn't always take his or own advice, though. So a more evolved Virgo has the ability to kind of process things in their head, has the ability to kind of have discussions in their head or within themselves about, you know, certain situations that they go through, and they know how to deal with it. They know the best route the best action to take after consulting themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, Virgos, are natural healers, okay? They're just naturally healing people. They are always there to help, alright? They're always there to help you. But they kind of have trouble helping themselves sometimes, okay? Virgos are just always in their head, always thinking, always planning, always thinking, oh, I hope I did this thing, I need to do this thing when I get home. Like, they could be sitting having breakfast with you, like, or lunch or something, and you could be having a wonderful moment, or it should be a wonderful moment, but the Virgo is, like, in his or her head. Like, on the worst day of Virgo, like, is a Virgo man or woman, like, on a bad day, it's just gonna be really quiet and pensive, and just, like, really in his or her own thoughts, and they're not gonna really open up to you about what they're thinking about, what they're going through. Like, even if you pester them or ask them questions, they're going to be, nah, man, I'm cool, you know, no, I'm fine, you know, it's nothing, don't worry about it. Meanwhile, they're having a discussion in their head about the situation that they're going through, that they're dealing with, that they're processing, okay? And they don't need, right now, they just don't need outside opinions clouding the judgment that they already have going on in their head about the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes Virgo just doesn't need outside opinions, okay? And these are some of the reasons why Virgos can come off as awkward, alright? Because, they are very in the head people, always in my head. I'm always in my head. I'm always thinking. I'm always processing. I'm always judging. I'm always taking mental notes. I'm always prioritizing and organizing in my head. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all in my head. It's all within me. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for the Virgo to express all the things that go on in his or her head, because the Virgo man or woman has everything so compartmentalized in their head. They have everything color coded, and everything has a label. You know, this is this emotion. You know, we only pull this out when we're going through this situation. This is that advice that we put. Like, Virgo has everything organized. Everything is just the way it should be in a Virgo's inner self, and they don't like when that organization is thrown off. So they don't like dealing with people who can throw off the organization that they have in their head. They don't like dealing with people who can kind of like facilitate change within them or something like that. Like, Virgos have trouble with change. Alright? So with all that being said, you can already see why a Virgo would can sometimes come off as awkward, because they're always in their head. Even when they're having a conversation with you, they're thinking. They're thinking about the conversation, how's it going, you know what I'm saying? They're thinking about what they're going to say next. They're thinking about what they're saying as they're saying it. Sometimes Virgos hold back, like, they may really feel one way, but they're really going to, like, monitor everything. It's like a Virgo monitors everything that comes out of his or her mouth. They have to make sure that everything is filtered in the right. Virgos are so meticulous, you guys. They have to make sure that everything is filtered in the correct way. Everything comes out in the correct way. It's like that organization thing that they have going on, you know. It's like they organize their thoughts, and then they have to organize them in a way that they can express their thoughts. And that takes the Virgos times. It may take a Virgo some time for them to kind of organize their thoughts in a way that they can express them to you. Okay, like, a Virgo's not an air sign. I know it's Virgos can sometimes be confused as air signs, because I consider them an airy earth sign. They're really an earth sign, but they're more like the airy side of an earth sign. Like, Capricorn's the fiery earth sign. Taurus is just the earthy earth sign, like the really, really uber duper super duper chill earth sign. Capricorn has a temper, okay? So Capricorn is like a very fiery earth sign. You don't want to mess with the Capricorn, okay? Virgo is the airy earth sign. Once again, always in his or her thoughts, and likes to communicate, alright? But they sometimes have trouble with communicating, as all earth signs do. A lot of times have trouble communicating. Usually they have trouble communicating their emotions, their feelings. That's the situation with Capricorn and Taurus. With Virgo, it's the same thing, but sometimes they have trouble organizing their thoughts as well. Capricorn has that same issue as well sometimes. I say all this to say, Virgo's ruled by Mercury. And Mercury is a planet that rules Virgo and Gemini. If you think about Gemini, Gemini is also another sign that has trouble kind of expressing their thoughts and organizing their thoughts. They're very talkative. They're easily able to express their thoughts and organize their thoughts more so than a Virgo can, because Gemini is an air sign, and air signs specialize in communication more so than earth signs. Also, Virgos are just uber duper meticulous and kind of anal sometimes, and it's like every word that comes out has to make sense. Everything that comes out of their mouth has to make sense. It has to be filtered. They can't say too much. They don't want to say too little. A lot of times Virgos can sugarcoat things, you know what I'm saying, and not tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help them God, you know. So you just with the Virgos, like, you have to pull stuff out of them. You have to know how to pull stuff out of them, okay? Virgos are ruled by the planet Mercury. Mercury is a very intelligent sign, but it's also a kind of anxious sign. It causes anxiety. It's like anxious energy can sometimes pulse through the Geminis or Virgos, and you might often see like a Gemini or Virgo like tapping their like fingers, like, or moving their legs, or like they have to like do something with the energy. Gemini or Virgos, like, they have to do something with that nervous, anxious energy that Mercury tends to bestow on them. So another reason why Virgos can sometimes come off as awkward is because they're just naturally anxious people. I mean, because they're ruled by the planet Mercury. Mercury makes them anxious people. Alright, once again, Mercury makes them always in their head. They're always in their head thinking. And they always have to be doing something. You know what I'm saying? So, Virgos are very always in their head. Very meticulous about things and about almost everything. They have trouble sometimes organizing their thoughts, and they have trouble sometimes expressing all of their thoughts and feelings. And these are some of the reasons why a Virgo can sometimes, a Virgo man or woman can sometimes come off as awkward when you meet them. I have a few Virgo friends, and they can definitely sometimes come off as awkward, but I still love them nonetheless. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, you know, there is like a disconnect sometimes you find with Virgos. Like when you're having a conversation with them, um, like I think back to my Virgo male friend, on that hiking trip that we went with my Leo friend. It was me, my friend, who moved back to India. His name is Kunal. He's a Leo. I'm a Capricorn. And then my other friend, or Kunal's friend, who was now my friend after we met that day, his name is Karan, and he's a Virgo. And like, me and Kunal would be like on the same wavelength like all the time, but there was always be this like disconnect sometimes with like Quran, like the Virgo, and we would also always have to like pull Quran back, pull Quran in, like, you know, like, and you know, kind of fill in the holes and fill in the gaps for him, because like there would always be like another thing with Virgos is they get confused really easily. Like they get confused, like they can sometimes have trouble keeping up with, like, you know, like conversations or stories, you know, and it's like you have to like fill in the gaps for them sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That can kind of be awkward for people because it's just like, especially for people who first meet them, you know, it's like, but I thought you were following along. You see, now you're confused. I'm confused now. What's happening, Virgo? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's all a part of that Mercury energy. They're anxious, they're awkward, they have so much going on in their head. They're trying to keep up with what you're telling them, what you're talking to them about. But meanwhile, they're thinking about, oh, I hope I fed my dog before I left. I hope I need to call my grandma when I get home. I need to call my mom when I get home. I hope they're doing well. I wonder what they're doing. I wonder what my boyfriend or my, you know, husband or my wife or girlfriend's doing. I need to call her. Like they just have so much going on in their head at one time, you know, and can just be really hard for them. So we had to pull, you know, no, Quran, like, you know, this is what this is. This is actually, you know, what we were talking about spirituality at one point, and um me and Kunal, and we, like, I don't know, I feel like we had to, it was a while ago, it was back in November, but we had to like explain certain things to him, and it was like no big deal. Like, you know, I don't really care, you know what I'm saying? I was more so the one explaining stuff to them, because I guess I know more on this subject than they do. But um there was just definitely a disconnect, you know. Which once again was, it's like no big deal, you know what I'm saying? You just have to pull the Virgo, and it's like, come back, Virgo, come on, stay with me, buddy, you know. Um, so it's just that anxious energy that they have, the meticulous energy that they have. You know, they just there's just so much going on with the Virgo at one time. You know, it's just like, you know, you never know what they're going through. You never know what they're dealing with. Until they open up to you, until you get them to open up, you know. You just have to be very patient with a Virgo man or woman. There may be some awkward moments. There probably are going to be some awkward moments in the beginning of the relationship, and that's just in the beginning of the friendship, relationship, whatever. And that's just something you have to deal with. That's something you kind of have to accept, whether you're Virgo, rising, moon, sun, or Venus. If you're Virgo Venus, that means that you might be a little bit shy in love, and not quick to open up in love. But nonetheless, you just need someone who's patient with you. A Virgo man or woman needs someone who's patient and understanding of them and their temperament. Virgos can be very shy people as well, and that can also make them awkward. Shy people tend to sometimes be awkward, and that is a part of the Virgo energy as well as shyness. Same thing with Gemini. Geminis can be shy as well. It's that Mercury energy. My Mercury is in Sagittarius, and Sagittariuses aren't very shy people, so, but I'm a Capricorn sun, so I can sometimes be shy, definitely, meeting new people. And with my Virgo rising, I mean, it makes me shy, but it's like once you get to know a Virgo, the Virgo, like, it's like the Virgo is like the party animal, and you can't get the Virgo to shut up, and the Virgo just sometimes says off the cuff stuff, and it's like, it makes you sometimes side-eye them, like, what? I mean, sometimes it makes you laugh, and sometimes it makes you go, oh, like, like you just get different sides of the Virgo, and it's just really cute and adorable to watch, them kind of blossom and open up like a beautiful flower or rose in the friendship or relationship, And a Virgo, one thing about a Virgo is they're always going to be there for you. They're always going to be a listening ear. They're always going to give you advice, sometimes unwarranted. But it's all in love. It's all in love. And don't think those awkward moments aren't going to cease after, the initial meetings of meeting a Virgo or getting in a relationship with a Virgo. Like, those awkward moments are still going to be there, but it's more so going to be like cute, like, oh, that's just the Virgo, that's just the Virgo, he's just awkward, she's just awkward sometimes, it's cute, it's a part of who they are, The Virgo man or woman just needs someone who accepts that they're awkward sometimes. And sometimes they don't even know they're awkward. Like, I know I'm awkward sometimes, and I don't even know I'm awkward. Or I'm awkward, but I'm really good at playing it off sometimes. Um, with a Virgo, awkward moments are plenty. Awkward moments are a plenty for Virgo. But it can be troublesome for Virgo when it comes to relationships. It can be troublesome for Virgo men and women when it comes to relationships, because they don't want to be awkward in relationships. They don't want to be awkward. They just wish they could have a natural flowy conversation, but they think way too much about what they're saying. It's just a lot for a Virgo, and it's just something you have to accept. They want to say the right things. They want to impress you. They don't want to make you mad. They don't want to make you upset. They want everything to be beautiful and perfect. And that's part of what Virgo needs to learn, is that not everything is beautiful and perfect. Sometimes you just need to say what you need to say without a filter. Sometimes you just need to express how you feel without thinking it through and thinking through what you're going to say first. Kind of building up a script in your head. Just say it, Virgo. Just do it. Just say it, alright? Say it like you mean it. Say it like you mean it, Virgo. And I think you need to get the Virgo man or woman in your life. If you are seeking to be with a Virgo man or woman, you need to get them to open up and get them to say it like you mean it, or say it like they mean it. One thing with them is they're gonna mirror you. So if you say it like you mean it, they're gonna eventually say it like they mean it. Don't be rude though, because you don't want the bad side of a Virgo. The bad side of a Virgo, the dark side of a Virgo, is really, really meticulous and really critical. So they're gonna be really, really nice, but the dark side of a Virgo is gonna be, those shoes with that outfit don't go well. You need to stop going out in the sun so much. You need to cut your hair. Your hair looks a mess. You need to go shopping because all your clothes don't fit. Like, that's a bad side of a Virgo. Like, just critiquing you down, reading you left and right. Like, are you ready? Are you prepared for that? That's when the Virgo really becomes flowy with his or her conversation, and they just kind of spew out whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it shouldn't take that side of the Virgo for them to open up and be less robotic and less, you know, unfeeling, and I'm thinking about what I'm saying before I say it because I don't want no problems. Sometimes, Virgo, you just need to. It's okay to have problems, Virgo. The part of having a problem is working through it, communicating, saying how you feel, talking through it, Virgo. You just need to talk. You just need to talk, boo. Just talk, alright? And the rest will work itself out. Alright? No matter what awkward moments you have with a Virgo, or no matter what awkward moments you have with other people, Virgo, just say it like you mean it. Alright? Thank you for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please contact me for your own personal, confidential, private reading at my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. All my readings are confidential, 100% confidential, private, personal. I am a natural, intuitive, clairvoyant, clairaudient, empathic, psychic tarot reader, and I would love to read for you. My readings are not free. I charge $1 per minute. You are free to ask any questions you would like, as long as they're not criminally related questions. You guys laugh when I say that, but I'm serious. Like, I don't want any questions about, so I did something really bad. I may have killed this person. I just want to know, am I going to get caught eventually? Like, I don't want any of that nonsense in my inbox, you know? But any other questions are fair game, okay? So contact me for your own personal reading. Virgo or not Virgo, I would love to do a reading for you, alright? Thank you for dealing with my craziness and my kookiness and my quirkiness, and it is currently past midnight, and Virgos, you guys are so awesome and so meticulous and so therapeutic and so healing for so many people, including yourself. Virgo, I want you to put yourself first. Okay, I want you to put yourself first. Learn to put yourself first. Learn to not be so afraid to express yourself, and just say off the cuff stuff every now and then. You know, just say how you feel without filtering it. You know, and see how that benefits you. How that makes people see you as more real and see you as more someone that they could truly get along with, and you know. Alright, thank you for listening and watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.